Yo, what's going on, YouTube family? Okay, so it's back here with another video, and today I want to talk about relationships, dating, and value. And to be honest, I've said in past videos before that I don't really like to talk about value when it comes to relationships, and that's because I think everyone's getting this whole value thing wrong and basing it on materialism and stuff rather than actually finding a valuable person for so many other reasons, you know? So I don't like to highlight value because value is usually connected with money. Do you know what I mean? So the reason why I want to talk about this is because what I've realized is in the era we live in now, a lot of men are placing value on the wrong thing when it comes to women. Can you guess what that is? What do men value most about women in this era, or what does it seem like? That's right, I'm talking about the front, or let's call it lady bits. Either way, man, them are putting too much value on it, and the thing is, women are not. They're not putting value on male bits. Yeah, they're doing better when it comes to the value than us. Yeah, let me just say that, right? And what brought this thought on, and the reason why I want to discuss this, is because I saw a video. Well, I watched a podcast, Three Shots of Tequila, big up them, and they had a guest called Lin May. Sorry, I'll be looking. This is dangerous. I'm crossing the road and talking, but yeah, that's why I was looking left and right. So they had a lady called Lin May on, and she spoke about what's really going on today with men and women. Watch this clip.
Would actually tell guys like to rein it in because we like all of the projections and the statistics point towards women doing better in terms of assets. And so if we're doing better, why would you break your back to date in the same way that you would have when chivalry mattered and we couldn't pay for things? And that's why a lot of guys, I'm still saying date, show romance, offer to pay first, but tone down the levels because we will all have properties and you man won't. Because while we're getting taken out over and over again and spent loads of money on, like I can admit I managed to save because whether that's like a certain level of privilege, if I go out, I don't have to spend a lot, or like if I'm with a partner, I'm not spending. So what am I doing with my money? Yeah. I'm stacking and I'm buying properties. But if Mandem did that and did the long game of I'm investing in this woman, it would pay back dividends. Like all the guys I know that have invested in women that are now a crucial part of their life, they alleviate their stress in ways that they can actually make more money. Yeah. Whether that's doing all of their like administrative duties for them, just doing loads of things that now that they paid all of that in the beginning, it's actually helping him to build. The issue with men now is they think they're winning, splashing on women that will not be here in 4 months to get the draws off quicker, but you've played yourself.
Now it's clear to see that men are valuing the front, women's front, yeah, and women are valuing their futures and securing their futures and milking us in the process while they secure their futures. Men spend a lot of time using their finances to please women and secure the kitty cat, yeah, the front, while women will use men or allow men to sponsor their leisure in life, like all the fun things you spend money on, like going out and stuff, and they will be stacking their own money, yeah, to build their assets. And we've got to start thinking and using our brains because this will result in women officially having more power than men. We put so much emphasis on the front that we're literally handing the power to the women. Why do you think there's a rise in so many women doing well now? Why do you think even on OnlyFans, we're ready to spend money? Well, I don't want to say where. What am I saying where? A lot of men are ready to spend their money, do whatever, send money, fly women out. They don't have to spend their money on that. They can just be stacking, literally handing over power. Women are not just a piece of meat. And even if you think, yeah, what, so what, whatever, you're actually playing yourself. Because right now, yeah, let's think about this now, right? A man is valuing the front, yeah? He's trying to get that, right? And be out. And a lot of men will be spending money. Think about everything that goes into going on a date. You're some man booking Ubers, hiring cars. Some men do that. They hire cars, pay a whole deposit and a car rental fee. Yeah, petrol. Yeah, if you're going out now, there's different levels. There's going to nice restaurants. There's flying them out. There's paying for a date, however that looks like, and paying to get them home sometimes or dropping them home. Let's just say there's proper expenditure, yeah, and then you get the front, and that's all you get at the end. Now let's look at it from the woman's side. Get a nice night out, everything paid for, yeah. Um, Sometimes they don't even have to bring their purse. Smart women bring their purse, but sometimes they don't have to bring their purse, and all they got to do is give up front. And gone are the days where front was like such a big deal. Do you get what I'm saying? Women used to reserve themselves, or actually, do you know, people have been doing the do for centuries. Let's be honest. But what I'm trying to say is, I think people were more reserved with it, even if they were doing it secretly. But and people used to hide it a bit, like it wasn't something um to shout about. But now, because of all the media, social media, music, entertainment, now it's actually a flex. It's actually a flex to get the bag while you're doing the do. No one really cares. They don't care, and they've also clocked us. They've clocked us. They've clocked that this is what we want. So they're thinking, do you know what? If I can get this much out of them, all I'm giving up is front. Cool, whatever. If they're gonna shame me for my body count, I'll just turn lesbian. That's what's going on now, people. The economy's high, yeah. So if the trade-off is okay, I'll just offer my front, save my money, yeah, and then build up, gain some assets, get some property, maybe invest in business, investments, stocks, whatever it is, yeah. The man side is telling my friends, oh, man beat, man beat. But I'm a grand down or £500 down, even if it's as simple as that. It accumulates because if you're not wifing no one, you're I know that obviously getting into relationships, life costs more because you're spending for two. But then there's a value you get, which I'll get into in a minute. But still, let's just say dating, right? £500 down, whatever it is. While the lady's got the same amount in account, but it's got another body on her. Now I know a lot of men discuss body count and all of that, but I'm telling you right now, in 2025, women don't care that much. Yeah? And even if we say, okay, fine, we won't wife them, whatever, but just remember, in society, economically, even if we don't wife them, because of this whole arrangement that's been going on, this whole thing of a lot of men spending money on girls and just wanting to beat, yeah, the women are milking the money, either getting paid from it, yeah, or they are saving up. And I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to talk about power in a way that we should or we overpower women. What I'm trying to say is we're meant to be the men, the leaders. When you get married, you're the man of the house. So you still have to have some sort of power, even if we want to play the fields equally. It's not looking good if we're now below them because they've got all the assets and we ain't got shit. Especially my black brothers, that a lot of us don't have generational wealth. Do you get what I'm saying? If you actually saw women for their true potential and got to know women properly, you would actually realize a lot of them can help you. That's why if you even refer back to the Bible, when God designed a woman, he made the woman the helpmate of the man. We're meant to work together. I've said this before. We're actually meant to work together. And women are not stupid. They have skills. They could do certain things that we can't. And if you actually see that and actually try and find someone that you can have a long-term relationship with, even if it's a friendship. I'm not just talking about marriage here. Friendship, a long-term relationship, whatever it is, yeah, you may actually get more out of the woman than just the nanny. Yeah, you may actually get more that will benefit you, that will help you to get successful, that will build up your thing, that will build up your empire. Do you get what I'm saying? That is worth spending on. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying man them shouldn't spend money on women, or I'm not saying, turn up and start talking about 50-50. I'm talking about actually first going on dates with respectable women that bring something to the table without you having to ask, yeah, and then actually developing that relationship. It's worth your money. At that point, you can spend it. It's a long-term investment. But when you're just doing it for the nanny, you might as well just go brass house. Do you know what I mean? You might as well. And I know a lot of men are doing that, but even so, that is the same thing, because the difference with that, even though it's a fast exchange, that you're still building up their thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Man, them are paying X amount for these OnlyFans models and all of this. It's like the exchange rate, just like Lynn May say, this is coming from a girl, She said it's not worth it anymore. All you're going to do is get a few minutes of pleasure and then maybe some memories and a story for your boys. They are building their thing, and go and look at the statistics right now. Men are starting to fall behind women. So guys, fix your mindset. Where's your value? What's your view on value? Think about it. Yeah? The trap is money. The trap is front. That's why media is probably putting it in our face. We're getting brought down by the power of the Narn. And you know what the maddest thing is? Even in the Bible, a lot of men got brought down by women. That's how women overpowered Samson and Delilah, Solomon. The list goes on. Women used the front to overpower a lot of men. Guys, pattern up, fix up. None is nothing. You can get that. You can get front easy, but then there's so much more you can get from women too. Now, for those ignorant people that are questioning, like, what can a woman do for me though? I just need a front. Let me tell you, yeah, if a woman likes you, she will cook for you. Some of you can still pull off the cooking thing, even if you're not wifing them. But I've also seen women are coming around to that too. I've also seen a lot of content about women saying they will give their front before they will cook for a man, because cooking is part of the nurturing process. It's the real love. Yeah. Some people see cooking as a way of love. Yeah. Women, they will wash your clothes. They will do real tasks. This is wifey level though. But if you want to talk about relationship, at least long term friendship, women can help with business. Women are very good at certain admin tasks. Women are, a lot of them are good at speaking. A lot of them, I'm talking about respectable. Of course, I'm talking about respectable women. But there are so many things that women can help with. You heard her yourself. Yeah, two heads are better than one. Yeah, like more networking opportunities. Yeah, there's so many things you can get from actually being close to a woman and taking a woman seriously. A different perspective on things too. If your business is related to women, let's just say you got a business that serves women, having a woman on your side is the one. 'Cause who knows a woman more than a woman? Do you get what I'm saying? So think about it. Like, think about long-term value rather than quick gratification. Another reason this is an epidemic is because we have such thing as dating apps, right? And dating apps, what I noticed with my short time on the dating app is that I was planning dates with women, went on a few, and because I'm not a 50-50 man, yeah, I'm a man, I'll spend, yeah? Not spend ridiculously, but I will pay for the day. Do you know what I mean? I started to notice that a lot of women were up for the dates and will come for the dates, but it may not go anywhere. Yeah? You might even beat, but it may not go anywhere. And I realized the dating app is a good way for women to have fun, because they could go on multiple dates. You think you're the only dude. You're not the only dude. You might be taking them out on Friday. They probably got another one planned on Saturday, and then Sunday maybe a little brunch, yeah, and then maybe during midweek they have after work drinks with someone. Like, they can constantly have their leisure without spending their money, and the dating app is to blame for this. No, I'm not joking. I'm not blaming the apps. But what I'm trying to say is, it's easy to fall into that. They might not. That might not have been their intention at first, but I guess there's so many things because of all the high expectations of men now. They can trick themselves into thinking, "Oh, I haven't found the right one," but slyly they're enjoying the dates they're going on, and then they're deciding not to settle down because actually this might be better. It might be better to have dates and meet multiple men. And hold on a minute, I looked at my account and last month I saved money. Okay, do you get what I'm saying? So especially in this era where you can date on the internet, you got the apps, you got OnlyFans, you can literally DM someone. Like, be careful, man. Them, you're just handing over your power. They are sucking us dry, and it needs to stop. We need to start using logic and common sense when it comes to our finances. That's all I've got to say in the situation. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.